Yo folks, it's Taras, and in today's video I'm kind of going to be doing it live as far as uh, working on a little bit of batch scripting in particular. So this is a Windows PC that I'm working with, and what we're going to do today is do a little beginner's guide to how you do scripting on a Windows computer. So I want to start out with what are the benefits of scripting and why you want to get started doing this sort of activity. And so this came up for me twice this week at work. Once was on Wednesday, we were updating a bunch of database values. And then the second time was just yesterday. I was getting set up with Oracle, and I haven't worked with Oracle in 7 years, but we need to get some customer data and make sure that it's all good. And so in both of those circumstances, knowing how to navigate a scripting environment, it can save you a lot of time. And today we're going to take a look at how to get started. In this case, I'll be using Windows. Normally at work, I use Linux. But you can use either one, and there are scripting languages like JavaScript, Perl, Python, which actually work across both Windows and Linux, Mac, Apple stuff. So those are really good tools to learn as well. In this case, I'm just going to do some basic setup on my Windows computer. And so we'll probably end up going to our Brave and asking ChatGPT for a few questions here. But let's get started. So what I'm going to try to do today is just set up my command line for a little bit of video editing. So in my case, I use Shotcut, which is a really basic sort of video editing software, and then Audacity just to touch on my audio. So I was thinking, hey, this is a good opportunity to both show you folks something and get something set up for myself to automate tasks that I can save time in the future. So in this case, what we're going to do is just get a command line window going, and then make sure it's pointing into the right spot, and maybe start a couple of programs for us. And that will just be a script that we can run pretty simply. So let's take a look at how we would do that. So the first thing that we need is our command prompt. So in this case, I'll just go over to my start button and hit CMD, and that gets us a command prompt. Another thing that's maybe relatively newish on Windows is Windows Powershell, and it's really cool. I'm just not familiar with that technology yet. So I would encourage you, if you want to poke around and learn that. And hey, maybe we can get into that too. Let's ask our friendly robot over here, what is the difference between batch scripts and Windows PowerShell, and what is the use case for each? Cool. All right, let's give this a quick read through. Batch scripts and PowerShell are both scripting languages used in Windows. They have significant differences in features, capabilities, and use cases. So batch scripts or files are these files with the .bat and .cmd extensions. They're older, more basic scripting languages, primarily designed for automated repetitive tasks in Windows. So that's what we're looking for right now. And they use a simple syntax that consists of a series of commands which are executed in sequence. They're not as powerful or flexible, but can be used for simple tasks and running command line utilities. So that meets our use case for today, I think, pretty well. And let's just take a look at what PowerShell is about here. PowerShell is much more advanced and modern, that is designed for automation, configuration, and management of Windows systems and applications. So that's pretty sweet. Used on top of the .NET framework. I've worked with a bit of .NET. It's definitely very cool. They did a great job over there with Microsoft. And Microsoft's been getting better as a company since Satya Nadella took over. So it's been pretty cool to see. Shell scripts are known as commandlets, and they can be used to perform complex tasks, interact with various services, and manage system settings. Okay, system administration, automation. Okay, that sounds pretty sweet, and it might be up my alley and yours more in the future. This sounds a little bit more like some advanced sort of DevOps engineering type of things, which is really cool, but that's not what we're going to try to do today. So for today, I just want to get my script set up to head over to, let's see here. Let's use this. So I want it to go to my my videos area. I don't even know what this is over here. It might literally be the file that we're recording right now. But I want it to go over to my videos, and I want it to start both Shotcut and Audacity. So we'll just have a little bit of basic automation that we can use for video editing going forward. So where do we need to start here? We've got our command prompts. In this case, I'll actually close it. And here's what we're going to do. We're going to go to our external drive, right? We could do it on the D drive or something like that too. Let's create a util directory. And this is where I'm going to paste to create my scripts. So the first thing I want to do, I want to create two scripts here, and I'll just pop open my Notepad++. In this case, Visual Studio Code's another great free resource. So what I'm going to do is create just a basic file, and this is going to navigate to my E drive. So this mounts that external drive, and it is going to change directory to here into our dutil. Okay. So we'll use the cd command. That's the change directory. And so let's take a look here. So we want to get it right here in util. And let's see, I want to say we're looking for a .cmd here. .coffee, what the hell is a .coffee? Okay. I don't quite remember. So let's ask our friendly robot, what sort of file how to run a command when Windows command prompt starts up. Okay, so this gives us the reg edit, but that's not really what I want right now. Let's see if ChatGPT will help me out. What about running CMD with the -K or /k option. Using the /k option is another way to run the command automatically when the command prompt starts up. So it'll specify that a command will be executed and command prompt will remain open afterwards, unlike the /c option, which executes the command and then closes. Here's how you use the /k option to run a command when the prompt starts up. Okay, so it looks like there's this WinR, and that is the run dialog, cmd/k, your command, and press enter. Okay. Pretty cool. Okay. Well, let's try this, right? Is there a .cmd extension I should use for a file to pass in a batch file? .bat extension. .cmd, okay. So I can use .cmd or .bat. That sounds pretty cool. So using a modern version of Windows, let's use the .cmd extension. Okay, yeah, let's do that. So here's our starting script. So we're just going to call this cmd start. Yeah, batch file. Looks like it wants to do it as a batch. I'm going to do it as a CMD. So it's going to be cmd start.cmd. Okay, cool. So again, this will mount that my external hard drive, and it'll navigate to this util folder. And you'll notice that on Windows, we use a backslash here, whereas if we were doing stuff on Linux, it would be all forward slashes, and it's definitely a very different syntax. Okay, so this is good. This is a good start for us. So if I wanted to do that, it was Windows R to run, and I could do a cmd/k, and it would be this file, right? util cmd start.cmd. Oh, doing a tab does not autocomplete it for us. But that does what we want, which is good. In this case, I'm going to make a desktop shortcut to do what we just did. Okay. Let's see here. We want a shortcut. It will be... That's a good question. Where does this live? Okay. Oh, it says right up here, C Windows System32 cmd.exe. Let's do it. C Win. Oh, I can't tab to autocomplete. Yes. System32 and cmd.exe. All right. Yeah. Sure. It can be a cmd.exe, and in the properties, let's do that script. So it'll be, I think it's on this target, /k, and that will do the util, what was it called? cmd start.exe, .cmd. That's what we're looking for. Okay, so moment of truth, does it work? Bam. got us our E drive mounted and over to our eutil directory. That's fantastic. And I could recursively just call cmd start and it would just do the same thing. So that's what we wanted there. So our next thing that we're looking for is to pop open, let's see, I want Shotcut and Audacity. And hey, let's start up OBS as well. So this might be a bit more complicated, right? Because we want to make sure that these programs are on our path before we can run them. And so on Linux, I think that that's actually a little bit more straightforward. When programs get installed, they usually go onto your path variable. But for Windows, we need to make sure that they're there. But one thing that's pretty much always going to be there is going to be our Windows Explorer. And Windows Explorer just refers to these things here. So if I just did an Explorer dot, that just pops open the Windows Explorer into this directory, and so we can get started with whatever we're trying to do. Okay, sweet. So in this case, let's create another script. And where we're going to navigate, we're going to set echo off, and that just means it's not going to print all the stuff that it's trying to do to the command line, just because that'll make our script messy. But if we're running into trouble and we need to debug it, then setting echo on is really helpful. But our first task here is going to be Explorer. And where are we trying to navigate to? We're trying to get... So I'm just hitting Windows key and E, and that opens Explorer by itself. But in this case, I want to go to my eTros videos directory. Sweet. We'll give that a save. This is start video editing. Nice. And we're going to, again, save it as a .cmd file. I didn't even know that about the CMD, that was the more recent thing that you're supposed to be using. So I'm learning here on the fly. Sweet. So let's actually close out videos. And we'll head back to our command line, start video editing, find out if it works. Bam. Popped open our window. Okay, so now opening Shotcut and Audacity might be more complicated. Let's dig into that and find out, are Audacity and Shotcut on my path? So I've got Shotcut right here. Cool. And Audacity over here. So, see, I don't think I have the which command, which is really convenient on Linux to find out what's in your path. And it could be worth looking into. Let's ask ChatGPT, how do I find out whether a program is on my path in Windows and where it is located? Okay, so this is kind of describing some PowerShell, but it gives me an idea. Okay, so we have this get command program name. Okay, and we have this where. So maybe this where is going to be what I'm looking for. Let's see if I can do where Audacity. Could not find files for the specified name. What about Shotcut? Looks like the answer is no. So we need to get those things onto our path. And how do we do that? Well, we'll have to go track them down. So let's see if our Windows thingamabob is going to be helpful. So Shotcut, All right, so I have an app settings. I don't know. If that gets me where we want to go. Okay, app settings and Audacity. Okay, open file location. That sounds good. Sweet. So in this case, we don't really need to get things on our path, since once we find out where it is, that's pretty good. Let's see if I can drill into Audacity. And okay, so I've got a C program files Audacity. So let's head over there. C program files. Yeah. Okay, so in this case, I can actually use tab over in this Windows Explorer to autocomplete what I'm looking for. And so I can do this copy as path. And that will just copy what we need into our path. So let's try this. And in this case, we actually want to, I think we do want to keep the, what do you call them, double quotes around what we're trying to do. And the reason for that is because on Windows, it allows spaces in path names like program files. However, these spaces can cause problems for scripting. So when you wrap a command in double quotes, that lets Windows know that you want to run this whole thing as, you want to treat the whole thing as one argument in your script, one unit of the scripting expression, right? Okay, so we've got that. Now let's track down Shotcut here. So we found the app settings. Let's see if that gets us where we want to go. And I'm just not really seeing anything useful here. So let's try again. Shotcut. Can we open the file location? App settings, pin to start. Yeah, it's not really showing me where it's located. So let's try to track it down here. Okay, so I don't see it in here. Let's see if it could be in my program files x86. Looks like no. Do I have a program data? I have a Windows. It's easy to get lost in here. So I'm going to actually go take a look at my E drive, see what's going on in here. Program files. So I have program files without a space in it. That should be useful. Program data. Yeah, not too useful. Microsoft Visual Studio. Visual Studio is really cool, but it doesn't get me where I want to go. Okay. So with that, let's see if we can just open Shotcut and it'll get us some more information about where the hell it is. Loading plugins. Sweet. Okay, if we do a help about Shotcut, where no, okay, if I right click on this sucker and do a properties, no. Dang it, Shotcut. I spent $10. And now my cheapness is burning me because I don't know where the hell it is. All right. Let's try it again. Shotcut. Apps. See, I'm getting the app settings, but it's not telling me where it is. If I go over here, does this give me any more information? Run as administrator. Unpin from taskbar. Just not getting me where I want to go here. So let's try to pop it open one more time and find out where this thing is. Another thing I can look at is add or remove programs. Let's just kind of find out where Shotcut is, if it's in here. This is currently installed on C, and you can move it to E. I don't need to move it to E. I just want to know where you are, Mr. Shotcut. Again, reset, install. Just Windows is not telling me what I need to know here. But it did tell me that it's installed on C, so that's good. With that, we should be able to find it. But yeah. Fortunately, they like to change Windows. And so let's take another look in here. Shotcut. Because I remember it being Multitech. Right? But I'm not seeing it in here. Okay. Yeah. Oh, Windows. This is an old computer too. Come on, buddy. You can do this. Okay. Come on, buddy. Give me a search. Give Papa a search. Just want to do a little search around here. Multitech. It's a mystery, right? Well, in the meanwhile, since it's being slow, let's try our start video editing. Now, arguably, if the computer's being slow, you shouldn't give it more things to do because then it'll just keep going slow. But let's just try this and see where it gets us. Okay, so it started videos, it started Audacity. So that's decent success. We have 2 out of 3. We haven't figured out where Shotcut is, but we've got 2 out of our 3. What's Vulkan RT? I have no idea what that is. What are you doing? No idea what that is, man. Search is not working. Okay. Anybody? Bueller? Okay, could it be in my users? Looks like no. Could be in Windows. I mean, it could, but where the hell is it? Shotcut, where are you, pal? Actions and shortcuts. Forum. That's nice they have a forum. Export. Really is a mystery, man. Player. Settings. What if we did an upgrade? Would that help us? Yeah. Let's do yes. See if that. Okay. Does this help us at all? ChatGPT. We're trying to find where a program is installed on Windows. And my search is it's not completing. Where is it? PowerShell. So we might need to just bust out PowerShell here. Regedit. I don't like fucking with Regedit. It's a little dangerous here. Void tools. Okay. Could be good. I don't know. So that's kind of our next step is, okay, where Shotcut did not get us where we needed to go. Okay, so let's try PowerShell. Get command program name, right? Do we actually know what it's called aside from Shotcut? Get command program name. So I don't have a program name. It's called Shotcut. One thing to notice is that Windows is case insensitive in terms of you don't need to capitalize things, but it's not finding it. So I'm going to try Windows Explorer just one more time. No, you're not getting me where I need to go. Windows Explorer. Okay. App settings. We've tried this a million times, man. Multi-tech. Background permissions. Set default apps. Repair. See, I don't think that repair or reset really get us where we want to go. We can try the repair, just see if it gives us a little bit more information. But otherwise, I think we're gonna call it and say I don't know where Shotcut is, man. But we did set up a script and downloaded Audacity, so maybe a little video editing is in order, or maybe I'll leave this in. We'll find out. Okay. Doesn't look like this is getting me much more information. So it's been cool. All right. Well, let's just kind of review what we did, right? We started a command line window. We used the /k with a command script to run a script on startup. And then we built a second script using our path to just start Audacity, right? And we couldn't figure out where Shotcut was, so we couldn't add that into our script. But really, as long as you know where a program is on your path, you can use a batch script to automate what you're trying to do and just save you a few clicks. Obviously, that's not a whole lot, right? Audacity is just right here on my, and Shotcut are right here on my, quick start bar, right? But it does something. And you can see the power here. If you have a task that you're doing repeatedly, using a batch script can save you a lot of time. And it's definitely something that I use a lot in my own work, and I encourage you to try it out. And you can see that our pal ChatGPT, Bing AI, Google Bard, there's a lot of AIs out there. They can help you to figure out where you need to go, as long as you can find where your program is on the path. All right. Thanks everyone for watching. Peace out.